Hi, everyone. Sean Gilliam here with Location Real Estate. Welcome to my podcast, Real Estate on the Front Range. In this episode, I'm doing the monthly market update for October, and we're going to look at the data year over year, month over month, and give you an idea of how the market is trending here in Northern Colorado. Also, I hope as we're into the fall now that you've had a chance to get out and see the beautiful fall colors here along the Front Range, as well as the elk rut. At the end of this video, I'm going to post some photos that I had taken, as well as a video of some bull elk fighting and bugling and all that good stuff. So hopefully, probably this weekend, today's Friday, October 10th, hopefully you get the chance to get up there. A little tip, because of the government shutdown, you can get into the park for free and you don't need a timed entry permit. So that means you can get access to Bear Lake Road and anywhere else in the park. So a great opportunity. I will forewarn you though, Estes Park and Rocky Mountain National Park have been jam-packed. So if you're going to do it, get up early and beat the crowd. So good things in this episode. So stay tuned as we get into the data. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the data. I'll start with the year over year to give you an idea of what's going on. We'll start with Boulder County. The number of new listings in Boulder County is at 395. That's up 3.7% compared to last year when it was at 381. Pending sales, 284. That's up 8% compared to last year when it was at 263. Closed sales is at 255. That's up 10.4% from last year when it was at 231. And our days on market until sales at 66. That's up almost 12% compared to last year when it was at 59. Median sales price for a home in Boulder County is $803,000. That's up 5% from last year when it was at $765,000. And our average sales price is at $1,007,061. That's up 4.8% compared to last year when it was at just over $961,000. Percent of list price received is at 97.3%. That's up 0.3 or down 0.3% compared to last year when it was at 97.6. And our inventory of homes for sale is at 981. That's up 14.1% from last year when it was at 860. The month supply of inventory is 3.8, and that is up 5.6% from last year at this time when it was at 3.6. All right, jumping over here to Larimer County. New listings, 563. That's up 14.4% from last year at this time when it was at 492. Pending sales, 395. That's up 8.2% compared to last year when it was at 365. Our closed sales are at 401, and that's up 24.5%, a significant change compared to last year when it was at 322. I would attribute some of the increased activity in closed sales just because of the lower interest rate, and then also fall is definitely a good time for buyers to take advantage of a more still market as we're experiencing now. Days on market until sale is 72. That is up 14.3% compared to last year when it was at 63. And then our median sales price for Larimer County is $590,000. That is no change from last year at this time. Our average sales price is at $693,683. That is up 1.8% from last year when it was at just over $681,000. And our percent of list price received is at 98.3. That's down 0.2% from last year when it was at 98.5%. And our inventory of homes for sale is at 1,483, and that is up 21.5% compared to last year at this time when it was at 1,221. And our month supply of inventory is 3.9, and that's up 8.3% compared to last year when it was at 3.6. All right, looking here at Weld County, new listings, 597. That's up 5.3% from last year when it was at 567. Pending sales is at 456. That's up 8.1% compared to last year when it was at 422. Closed sales is at 445. That's up 1.1% compared to last year when it was at 440. And our days on market until sale for Weld County is 68. That's up 11.5% from last year when it was at 61. Median sales price is at $500,000, excuse me. That's down 0.9% from last year at this time when it was at $504,000. And then our average sales price is at $562,180. That's down 2.8% compared to last year when it was at $578,179. Percent of list price received is at 98.8%. That is down 0.3% compared to last year when it was at 99.1%. And our inventory of homes for sale is at 1,386. That is up 17.3% compared to last year when it was at 1,182. Month supply of inventory is at 3.3. That's up 10% from last year at this time when it was at 3 month supply of inventory. So that is the year over year data. I'm going to jump over here real quick and show you what the mortgage interest rates are doing. The 30-year fixed rate is at 6.34%. That's down 0.04% from what it was yesterday. And that's good. Mortgage interest rates have been hovering in the 6.3% range here now for a week or so. And good opportunity, a good signal for buyers to get out and get pre-approved and get ready to buy a home. There's a lot of homes, as you saw, those days on market until sale is over 2 months. So a good opportunity to shop around. And because homes are on the market longer and because rates are slightly lower than they have been in months past, you have more buying power as well as more negotiating power. So great opportunity. If you yourself or someone you know is thinking about buying a home, have them get in touch with me. Be glad to talk with them, advise them, and get them ready for the process of buying a home, as well as I know some lenders that can help them get pre-approved if that's the route they're going. So don't hesitate to get in touch. Be glad to help them out. All right. Also looking at these rates, 30-year FHA is at 6.04% and a 30-year VA is at 6.06%. So good opportunities out there. Now let's jump over to the month-over-month changes for Boulder, Larimer, and Weld County. As you can see here with the graph, you can see how the market's trending. You'll see most of these not significant changes. We saw some pretty significant changes in years past with the pandemic and all that, but it's been pretty steady overall. Little blips up and down, but nothing significant. The number of new listings is kind of trending sideways, as you can see here. No significant changes on the graph. The average sales price, that's kind of mildly tipping downward. And I think that's an indication that buyers are able to get sellers to sell their homes lower. And it also is an indication that primarily on the market right now are people that can afford homes in a lower price point than in the higher price point. Homes for sale. It's kind of trending sideways as well. We're not seeing a huge significant change there. Percent of list price received, the average there is trending downward, especially for Larimer and Boulder counties. For Weld County, it's kind of starting to trend sideways or slightly upward. But that's just an indication, especially in Larimer and Boulder counties, that buyers have more negotiating power and sellers are doing more price reductions or selling their homes for less than the original list price. So again, that's a signal for buyers to get out there and buy a home. This is a favorable market for buyers. Number of homes under contract, it's kind of trending sideways as well. It's going down a little bit in Larimer County. Number of closed sales, that's starting to trend downward a little bit here as well, except for in Weld County, it's a slight jump upward, but overall, no major significant changes. Days on market until sale. For Larimer and Weld counties, that's starting to trend upward here in the last few months. And that's just an indication that homes are staying on the market longer. And on average, the good homes, the homes that are move-in ready are selling quicker, but then the homes that probably need a little work or are not in as desirable of an area. Or another variable I've seen too is that sellers will just price the home too high, as if we're still in the pandemic era. And when that happens, those homes stay on the market longer. They have to do price reductions and those kinds of things. And so it takes a while for those homes to get sold. If we show the showings to pending, or the number of showings it takes to go for a home to go under contract, that's going up in Boulder County and slightly down or sideways in Larimer and Weld counties. That is a number that we like to see go lower. When it's going lower, that's a good sign that homes are selling more quickly. No significant changes there, although the trend is going upward for Boulder County. So Takes a little more buyer activity looking at a home before it goes under contract in Boulder County. And then our number of showings per listing, that number is going down. We'd like to see that go up, but the number of showings per listing is an indication, going down, I should say, is an indication that the market's kind of cooling to some degree, at least month over month. We'll see what the overall trend is. Month supply of inventory, that is kind of trending sideways. That's because there's a balance between the number of homes on the market as well as the number of homes going under contract. So overall, it's balancing out, and that month supply of inventory is overall staying the same in all three counties. So that is a month over month data. If you have any questions, like I said, don't hesitate to get in touch. If you want more specific information for your city that you live in or the neighborhood that you live in, don't hesitate to get in touch. Be glad to help you with that. And then stay tuned. I'll post some videos of some photos I've taken of the fall colors as well as some elk activity with the elk rut. Again, we'll see you next month. Look for some more of my content. If you find this information helpful or want to be notified when I put more content on my YouTube channel, don't go ahead and subscribe. And otherwise, like I said, I'll be in touch. Take care.